everyone, welcome for the Embers Adrift weekly community show. Hi guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to the show. I hope you're all doing well, and today we are going to speak to you about all news related to Embers Adrift, the patch notes, the latest news, the content creation, the community question, etc, etc. The first part of the show is all about the discussion, and the second part of the show includes some focused gameplay where you can ask me what you want me to show you. So I'm here at your service to answer your question and to show you what you want to know. All right, let's go. So today, what is the program? We're going to speak about the patch notes, but we're mostly going to discuss about the torch, the grand torch. This is a big subject of discussion this week. So let me grab my little windows that I have prepared for the show today. And let's get our patch notes ready, guys, so we can read them all. There it is. The patch notes of the 20th of April. So this is a patch that has been released as usual the Wednesday for the Wednesday tests, and that every player and every beta tester can test again during the whole weekend. So we're doing this show the Friday afternoon because the server are just open after the stream. So it's just the best moment to discuss with you about what you can expect during the weekend. So that's what is news. This week brings improved experience rate for group, improvement to Grand Torch, and some revamped audio. We've additional made some LFG LFM tools improvement, adjusted a number of NPC camp difficulties, and expanded potion making. Adric Leaves is going on a much needed vacation this upcoming week, so Sand and I will be hunkering down and working on some much needed back-end improvement. In other words, content update will be light for the next week or two, but this should give us a bit of time to address some of the larger ticket items. So here you have a list of all of the improvements. We're not going to read them one by one, but it's quite interesting. It's always the game is always being polished every week. There's always bug fixes, improvement, polishing, tweaking that are adjusted. And so if you want to know all of the details about that, I invite you to read the patch notes entirely for yourself. But what's very interesting is the new design things that has been added. So, hay tiles are a bit itchier. This is one of the new things. It's some environmental hazards. So we have those big hay piles in the fields. When you go through them, you have a little debuff. Same thing with webbed trees. So this is quite interesting because it can be the beginning of something new and exciting, maybe something that you can use as a strategy, or at least you need to pay attention where you're walking, otherwise you will have this debuff. So 2 embering has been removed. They were in the middle of open dungeon, public open world dungeon. So you had 1 embering in the North New Haven exile camp that were very often used as a strategic point where people were pulling up mobs over there around the embering. So those have been removed. They were not a respawn point anyway, and where they were really useful, maybe, maybe not. But now you will be forced, if you want to rest, to go outside of the camp. You cannot just take a break inside of the dungeon anymore. Significant threat added to the spell Daze, which kind of makes sense. Minimal threat added to Hidden Strike so that it will be used for pulling. So Hidden Strike is the ability the striker have that they drop the aggro, but you could not use that as a pulling spell because it didn't have any aggro, so now you can use that as well. And increase the threat for halt. So you have plenty of little fixes like that and little polishing that will allow you to, well, you can read them all, I mean. Now let's see the fun stuff, new stuff. There we go. That's the most interesting things. So, new stuff. Adventuring experience adjustment. When we recently revamped experience bonuses, we focused on balancing them. Our idea of balance was that killing a white one chevron was roughly equivalent to what you would get as if you were in a full group killing white 3 chevrons. Thanks to the continued feedback and discussion from our community, we have realized that this balance do not do enough to incentivize group play. We took a step back and revamped grouping experience once again to provide better incentives. Our baseline is a solo player fighting a white one chevron mob. In relation to that, we have the following changed. 2 chevron mobs yield more experience than the baseline for a group of 3 or less, and 3 chevron mobs yield more experience than the baseline for a group of 6 or less. So this is a buff to the group experience you can have while facing the appropriate challenge to the size of your group. To clear up any confusion, the group bonus show on the group window now simply tell you the number of players that are nearby providing a bonus. +5 is the max. The percentage values detailed previously were a lie anyway, as there were a lot of hidden math that did not tell the entire story. So just previously when you were in a group you had +6% or +10% bonus, etc. And so that has been removed to just have something more accurately telling you what's going on, which is just the number of players that give you a bonus. Meaning that if you're a group and you have 6 person in your group, and you have 5 person that are close by and 1 which is very far away, you will see +4 because you only beneficiate from the +4 people. And now we are going to speak about Grand Torches. So the Grand Torch is a very useful item, a consumable item that you can either purchase in the game, loot from mobs, or craft. The quality of those items will depend, and the length of the Grand Torch will depend highly of their quality. So if you have a crafted Grand Torch, it will be lasting longer because it's a crafted item, and so it has a higher quality. So now the change that has been bring to the Grand Torch are: Grand Torch have received some love this week. Hopefully they become a bit more useful to you and your groups. The biggest change is that you can replace a currently burning Grand Torch to refresh the expiration. In order to do this, you simply place a new one with the vicinity of the old one, and it will move to your current position and reset the timer. The rules for replacing refreshing are quite simple. 1. You can refresh a Grand Torch at any time, so be conscious of how much time is left before throwing another out there. You can only refresh your own or a groupmate's torch. You can only have 1 physical Grand Torch active at any given time. This means that if you place a Grand Torch move far enough away to place another, it will destroy the old one. Execution time to place a Grand Torch has been reduced to 2 seconds. Cooldown on Grand Torch has been reduced to 60 seconds. So that's very nice. It means that now when you want to place a Grand Torch, the casting time to place the Grand Torch has been reduced, and the cooldown where you can place a new Grand Torch has been reduced to 60 seconds too. So that being said, people are not entirely satisfied with the Grand Tour situation, and we do have a long discussion about that going on the beta feedback forum. And so I wanted to discuss a little bit about the Grand Tour with you guys today. So, the first things important to know about the Grand Tour is that the goal is to have a consumable. A consumable, that means that it needs to have a certain timer because we want you to use more than one. So it needs to be something that you either have to refresh or you have to replace or whatever. But we want you to purchase Grand Torch. We want you to loot Grand Torch and be excited because you have looted them from mobs. We want you to craft Grand Torch and maybe to sell them to other player or to give them to your friends. But basically, as it's a consumable, we want you to have a stack of Grand Torch on you, or to pay attention to it, or to want it and to desire it. It's the same thing with a potion or food or tea or whatever. A consumable is aimed to create a sort of economy within the game, to make you want to hunt for either the item directly or crafting materials so you can craft it. But it is part of a system, and the fact that it has a certain duration, it's aimed for you to use more of it. So a lot of people were giving the feedback that they wanted the Grand Torch to be longer, but and some going as far as make the torch last 30 minutes. 30 minutes is half an hour. Do you imagine you're placing a Grand Torch and it lasts in the world for 30 minutes? That's extremely long. If it's the case, it means that you will not have the needs of replacing your Grand Torch as much as we want them. So it will not be as valuable because it lasts so long. But it's also is outside of purpose. I mean, you're not going to sit in the same place for 30 minutes all the time. It can happen in certain circumstances. For example, you are deciding we want to camp here, and so that can be a situation where having 30 minutes of a Grand Torch can be useful. But in most cases, if you're in a dungeon, you're going to move to the next room, and if you are in the outside, you're probably going to move from camp to camp, and so you will leave a trail of Grand Torch, which can be damaging for the immersion, but also for the performance of the server. I have been showing off in that thread, in the image, what happened when you have items that are persisting in the world. That's what happened in New World at the release of the game, when everyone had to do a quest and place a fire in the beginner area. You had fields of fire and it was lagging as hell. The performance were a problem for everyone, and immersively it's not nice. You don't want to have the road put on the fire like that. So when you have a Grand Torch that can last for 30 minutes, it can lead to all kind of abuse. You could have people having fun with their friends who write words with torch, or to, you know, make a trail to find, I don't know, follow me with the trail. They could be all kind of things that will be anti-immersive, that could be rude or harmful if you have trolls that, you know, write some bad words with their torch, etc. And so it is not so much a very good idea. And that's beside the fact that we want the torch to be a consumable and you to need to get more of them and to use them. So, do we have any reaction towards the torch discussion? Some people have said that with the change like here, that's quite, I find it interesting because that's feedback from the change that just happened this week. I agree that the change seems minimal at best, faster cast time, but not increase in duration. But we have explained why the increase in duration is not a good idea. The fact that we can place another torch before the first one finish to renew it doesn't really seem to be a benefit, as you will go through them even faster. So when you're refreshing a torch, it's apparently it is not as useful as it can seems to be, because you will use your torch more often, and it's feel better that you have to let the torch disappear by itself before you can place another one, or need to put another one, because otherwise you will just use too much of them. At least that's what the feedback of the player have said related to this change. So I don't know if the torch, the ground torch, will stay the same way this week or not, but it's quite interesting to see that this week change, which was supposed to be beneficial with the experimentation that we already had on Wednesday night, doesn't seem to be that convincing. So this is the case where we want your feedback. So try add a new torch, try to refresh them, and tell us what you think about it. Have a look to this discussion and maybe tell us what is your opinion. Do you think that the duration of the torch should be increased? How much it should last? Is it the refreshing methods benefit, or is it more annoying than it was before? So there's plenty of things and room for improvement, so try it out during this weekend. It will be nice to have your opinion regarding this. My opinion, my personal opinion with the Grand Torch is that I enjoy the fact that it's a consumable. I enjoy the fact that it's something that you need to either loot or craft or find in the world. I think that consumables are very fun. It's a nice addition to your adventure, but this is my opinion. And I have never been a min-maxer or someone like that really want to have the absolute best equipment. But I always have enjoyed to have little useful items that you can use and that will improve the comfort of your team. And as I am a person that really enjoy to take care of my group when I'm in a group, I enjoy to ensure that I have food that I can share with my group, or that I have a torch that will make the fight easier. And I find it's very fun that you can loot them or that you can craft them, and that the crafted torch, of course, are better than the one you find. So it's always nice to see that when you're a crafter, that you farm your materials, not only you don't have to purchase them to the merchant, but in addition, you will have a better quality item to propose to your group, and that will help to help the comfort of your group. Something that I really enjoyed in World of Warcraft was the feast. So the fact that you can put a meal that is for several persons, and several persons can take a serving. This is really something that I would like to see in Embers Adrift, because I think it will contribute to this feeling of collaboration and cooperation. I think that any kind of consumable item that you can share with people and provide to increase the efficiency or the comfort of your group is really beneficial. But it needs to stay consumable, because if it lasts too long, you will not need, it will not be as valuable otherwise. Yana is saying, I do not like the idea of refreshing them. That way you always lose sometimes. Yeah, that's what the feedback so far has been, is that by refreshing you're losing time, and so you're using more of the items. So instead of being quality of life improvement, it's not. And it's a false improvement. In addition, what I find myself that was weird, but I need to try it better and more thoroughly. So before to really say my opinion, I want to try during the weekend. But it seems because it's refreshing, you cannot place 2 torch. And among the same group, that was kind of nice, that you can place more than just 1 torch. And in the case of having more than 1 person placing a torch in your group, it doesn't do the same spamming effect that you had in New World's screenshot that I just showed. But you could place 1 there and 1 there to increase the lighting span. Yana is saying, cool, I did not know World of Warcraft at that. Guild Wars 2 now has ascended food and everyone can use the food when placed down. I find it great. Yes, World of Warcraft did introduce this first with the mage table in Wrath of the Lich King. So one of the problems of the mage is that they were providing water for everyone, but they had to create a stack of summoned water and summon food and then distribute it 1 by 1 and trade it 1 by 1, and that could take some time. So imagine you have 1 mage in a raid of 20% and the mage is distributing water for everyone. It can take a while, and mage sometimes were feeling like water vendor machine. You even had a video that were a song speaking about that. It was pretty fun. And so in Wrath of the Lich King, they introduced the mage table where everyone, so the mage were summoning the mage table and everyone could take a serving from it. And after that, they created the feasts. And I'm not sure in which expansion it was the first one, but basically it was the same. Of course, it required a lot more ingredients, but it was pretty cool. So it was really something that the crafter of a guild will do because it will beneficiate the raiding team. And in World of Warcraft, it was an important aspect of it. And that was something really nice because people and crafters could feel that they contributed actively to the comfort of the raids. And you had after that the same thing with the cauldron, which was the same ID but with flask and with potion. So the Elder Scroll and Elder Scroll Online do not have this kind of things, except with the Jubilee cake that you could summon. It's a memento that you could summon and have everyone in your team taking a part of the cake, and that will give you a bonus of experience for everyone in your group. But that only lasts during the duration of the Jubilee week, during the events. After that, it's just for fun. But Elder Scrolls Online also kind of inspired themselves from that idea. And I think it's a very brilliant thing, because it really encouraged crafter, in the case of World of Warcraft, to gather rare ingredient, because those feasts of course require a lot of ingredient. It's not the same than just preparing a meal. You have plenty of events. Same thing with the cauldron. You really need to gather a lot of ingredients. So for the crafter, it's an investment, but it brings so much comfort to your group that it's really pretty exciting. So I think that will be a nice addition to a game like Embers Adrift, which is very much about having an adventure and sharing with friends, and having something which is group based. And so I could see us gathering some food and having everyone take a serving from it. That being said, it's just an idea. This is not something that has been talked about. So, you know, I'm just discussing this. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But I think it would be cool. I think it will be really nice. All right. So that was the discussion for the torch and for the consumable. I think that consumable are very valuable in a game, especially in a game like Embers Adrift. And I hope that we can come up with more ideas or more valuable consumable that will be fun and useful to use, and you know, bring this little kind of adventure vibe like Dungeon and Dragon. If you're a well-prepared adventurer, you will have a rope in your bag, you will have some torch, you will have some repair kit, you will have this and that and this and that. And it can allow someone to really prepare themselves before to go for a dungeon run or for an adventure with a group, and have some valuable item that can beneficiate either themselves or everyone else. And this gives you more work for crafters, or more possibility of having interesting loots and places where you can find the loot. Maybe some items can be only found in a certain place, so it will make everything more valuable and give a little bit more interest into exploration or in crafting. So, and World of Warcraft has plenty of that kind of stuff. Obviously, because World of Warcraft has become a game that were so much about endgame and be efficient in red, a lot of those items were not really important anymore, and they have dropped it a lot. But you had all kind of little items that you could loot and that you could use, like for instance nets that will allow you to stick a target in place. I remember Engineer also doing like a target dummy, so you will have this kind of targets and it will force the enemies to get into it, so it was kind of replacing the taunt of a tank. You had plenty of little items like that that had some use while adventuring, but as adventuring was not important anymore in World of Warcraft and everyone was rushing through leveling to reach endgame, and then when you were ready you had just some specific things to do, all those little flavor items lose their interests. And that's something I will imagine will really fit very well in Embers Adrift. If we can bring some of that stuff back, it could be nice, I think. So what do you guys think? What are the kind of consumable you would like to see in a video game in Embers Adrift that are not the potion, the food and the drink that you usually find in every MMORPG? Is there something, an item that you enjoyed into a different game that you would like to see in Embers Adrift? Or something new that you have never seen before? Drindin is saying something that affect my armor or other equipment temporarily. That's also something I would like to have. That's also something that World of Warcraft used to have. Sharpening stone to give a bonus to your blade. You'd find that in the Witcher 3 as well. When you go to the blacksmith, you can sharpen your weapon. And I don't know how long it lasts, but it's a little bonus that, you know, adds a bit of attack power damage to your sword. And same thing with armor. Die to change the color of your armor. Yeah, that's another whole other discussion, but it's also the kind of consumable that will be really great to have. I very much agree with that. Dice will be something really awesome, but that require more thinking, because you will need, what will be ideal and what will be the most fun is that, and I don't think you have any game that does that, where you craft your dice. Because Guild Wars 2, you can earn them and loot them. In Elder Scrolls Online, you unlock them with achievements. And in Final Fantasy, you're purchasing them from various vendors, sometimes reputation vendor. So it's all three very cool systems, but none of them is crafting. And I could imagine that you are out in the wild and you need to gather certain plant or certain animal parts to be able to do rare or less rare dyes, and that could really add some depth to crafting and to the way you can customize your character and enjoy the cosmetic aspect of it. Especially as we will most likely not have a transmog system, because one of the things that we find very important is that when you are wearing something cool, we can guess from where you get it. And the transmog system that you find in other games make this impossible to do. So if you're wearing this type of armor, we know, oh yeah, this guy has been in that dungeon, or he looted this item from that boss. That's really nice. And if you have the transmog, you don't really know if you are wearing the image, the illusion of that armor, or if the actual armor is the stat that you know. So the dye system will be able to help you customize your character further without removing that aspect. Oh, yeah, you got this armor from that boss. So Smartbone is saying, eating the spiders you kill. What, directly? Like a werewolf? You're like chewing them directly, or you find some meat on the spider that you can utilize after to create a meal out of it? It was a joke. I know the game is supposed to be a real life thing. Daddy After Dark is saying cannibalism, eat your opponent to gain stat bonus. Yeah, but we are not a PvP game. There is zero PvP in Embers Adrift. So you cannot be a, well, you could cannibalize, but that would be disgusting, no? That would be really disgusting. We cannot do that. No, bad idea. Wrong, very wrong. But I see the idea. It's true that you had that was, well, World of Warcraft again, they had the racial for the undead. The undead could do that, and they will recuperate some life by chewing on the enemy. NPC then, yeah, I know NPCs, but it's wrong anyway. Oh my god, it can be fun too, but you could not do that on humanoid then. You could just eat the raw meat from the beer, I don't know. The beer just kill and you eat it raw like that. I don't know if I like this. Alright, where is... Yeah, there was another thread I wanted to share, because it's an ID from a member that I find really good. So that's just a discussion again. But I think that discussion is really nice for anyone interested in Embers Adrift and want to participate in the development. This is the type of feedback or idea that is nice to see the community involved. And in this show, I'm going to pick up what I think it's interesting and to encourage you guys to share your opinion. So here it's an entirely different subject. So we're not speaking about consumable anymore, but it's combat challenge and fun proposal. So it has been proposed by Peliro, and the idea it's basically, I'm not going to read exactly what he has been writing, and I will give you the short version. The idea is to give an aspect of randomness in the combat. So Peliro have said that he really thought that the combat was much more fun and interesting when you had a random type of things that can happen. When the combat is not, okay, it's going to be that way and it's very straightforward, you know what's going on, you have your group and you handle the situation well and everything is working fine. And so it become a routine. So to break free from those routine, even for the most trained group, is to add these little things of randomness. And I find this idea really interesting. So it will be a kind of mood that you have on certain mobs. So it's suggesting different moods, which will be like a buff or particularities to the mob that will happen randomly. So not every mob will be that way, but some could be, and it can be applied to any sort of mob. It can be a humanoid, it can be an animals, it can be anything. So aggressive. This mob is 50% more likely to heavily hit. Careful. This mob has 50% reduced chance to be heavily hit, so it has more protection. Cowards. I like this one very much. This mob will gain a self-inflicted fear debuff with a speed boost when below 50% health. So you will have a mob that suddenly is fearful because it's being too attacked and too damaged and run away. Defiant. This mob is 50% more resistant to CC skills. Devious. This mob is capable of applying the hamstring effect regardless of positioning. And I think this idea, and of course you can imagine plenty of other things, but the core idea of this is to have this kind of particularity that will make the combats look a little bit different if one of your mob that you're facing is having one of those random mood traits and or character trait, or I don't know, personality trait. Let's call that a personality trait. And you could find more of that, of course, and that will add something more and something random that will increase the difficulty of the chaos of the fight, because you will never know if you will have a mob like that and how that mob and what that mob will be this time, etc. And if you have here you have 5 different different things, but you could have much more than that. Fallout used to have that? Ah, quite interesting. I don't know. I've not played enough of Fallout to know about this. I've been playing Fallout, but I've never really been attentive to the theory crafting of Fallout. I was more into the story of Fallout, if you see what I mean, and struggling with the combat. Actually, I was not very good with the Fallout combat. But yes, I think this is something, it's an idea that I really, really like. I don't know if we will be able to implement something like that, but I think it could really add some depth to the combats and give a chaotic aspect to each fight, meaning that the groups will have to organize themselves even more and be as a house. Like for instance, a coward mob that could be either a life-saving thing for you or a deadly thing for you, because that mob which is running away, will it run away in another pack of mob, or will it run away and it will allow you to heal someone or waken up someone during that time. It can play against you as much as it can play for you. Hello, Alice. Good morning to you. I am discussing right now the beta testing combat challenge and fun proposal for Peliro, which is an idea I really like. What do you think about it? And my friends, I suggest you heavily to follow Alice Blue. She's a streamer, streaming Embers Adrift and also creating content for you on YouTube. She's, for example, reading all of the patch notes entirely and commenting them, and she's doing that every week, but that's on your YouTube channel. And here I'm doing a shout out for her Twitch TV channel. You haven't read anything on the forum for a few days, which is why I'm doing this show. So I read the things and I show you what I find the most interesting. Of course, it's just my opinion. Just before that, we have been discussing a lot about the Grand Torch and the consumable and sharing different ideas of what interesting consumable could be. And now I really like this thread. So I'm summarizing it for you very fast. For some other news, as a reminder, the 30th of April, we do have a wall breaker event. This is something very important because we need the most people possible to join us and to break the server. We need to see how far we can go and what route we will take in future with our server. Do we want to have some shards on one mega server and have different instances of each zone, or is it needed? Do we want to have several servers, etc.? So all of this and the technology that we will be using to handle this will be decided after the wall breaker event. So it's very important to have the maximum of people. So if you have some friends, if you have a community, a guild, people that are on the edge, interested in Embers Adrift but not sure if they like it or not, ask them to participate, make them sign up this World Breaker event. So here I'm giving you the link towards the World Breaker event. Speak about it with your communities, with your guilds. It's very important that we gather a maximum of people over here and we destroy the server. So we will make good decision, wise decision about which route to take in future for the game. So Galash is saying, can I have the physical location of the server? We can break it most efficient in person. Sure, it's in Austin, Texas. Good luck. I've not decided yet what I will be organizing, but I will do a community event for this as well. Something in the like of the dry food community event we did a few weeks ago, because that was very fun, and it will be the perfect moment to gather all together, to take screenshots and to be crazy about this. Hello, Kiris. Hi. How are you doing? Good day to you. Galesh is saying buying the tickets now, thanks. You're welcome. I'm sure Andon will be super satisfied as well. And if you want to pre-order the game because you think that the game is awesome and you're pretty sure that you want to join us, you can find the pre-ordering page over here, and you can also offer a key to your friends and force them to join us. And one last little bit of news. The music that you are hearing is the music of the game. It's actually the soundtrack. We have published 16 tracks on Embers Adrift Bandcamp, and you can purchase the album over there. It's a live album, meaning that as long as we will be adding those tracks, and there is probably more than 100 tracks in total, you will always receive them. So you don't have to buy album 1 and then album 2 and album 3. You purchase it once, it's a one-time purchase, and you will have access to all the tracks when they are added progressively to this album. The album is costing $10, so it's not a lot, and this will be a very nice way to support the studio and to give us some funds so we can continue to pay our contractor, etc, etc, etc. Alice is saying, so I wish I had money for a couple of K. I've been wanting to give some away for a long time. Oh, that's so nice. Well, it's the two way you can support the studio right now. It's to either purchase a key for a friend or to purchase the album. And that way you can give us more money, so to speak, because we don't have a cash shop and we don't have tiered pack like some other game have. So it's the same price for everyone. And but if you want to give more because you have the possibility, you really want to support us, that's the way to do. Purchase the game for your friends or purchase the album. Yes, thank you. And every support is really nice and very, very much appreciated. So that's all for the news today. Now we can do some nice gameplay, guys. Unless you have some question that I will be very happy to answer to. Because while our beautiful landscape are gorgeous, during the night they are very, very dark. So let me see. Yeah, the night just started, or it's ending, I don't know what time it is. And then it's the end of the afternoon, so guys, we are just in time for night. That's not exactly what we wanted. So what we will do, it's not going to be... Is the sound still good, guys? It's not going to be some beautiful landscaping traveling, but some crafting. The crafting is nice too. We need to test it. I need to test it thoroughly this week. I am level 8, I'm a berserker. Alice, you're usually playing a berserker, right? Are you trying something different this week? And Yana, I'm super excited because next week you will be able to try this finale as you sign up the things. Like, officially, you know, there might be chance that you're not get in, but you'll probably get in, so don't worry too much about the selection. I think you're fine, you're safe. It's just legal things we have to add, you know. So, but don't worry too much. I think you're good. Okay, thank you for the feedback. I'm going to kill those teeth as well, because they are green, so they're a little bit below my level, but that's nice for soloing. It's very fast. I can do this easily. Kyrus is saying, this weekend I'm going to try out the Juggernaut. Yeah, that's what you did the last time too, right? I remember when we did the... well, I boosted you with the Juggernaut. It was quite nice. Oh my god. Where's my stamina? Damn. I need to craft myself some stamina potion. Like, really, I have to. I don't know what are the ingredients. And those two guys are super annoying because they are a supporter. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to bring them to the guards. Hey, guards! Guards! I have 2 bandits. I found 2 thieves. They're very annoying. Please save me. There we go. Yeah, thank you, guards. Thank you, guards. Take the other one too, guard. Yeah, perfect. They don't give me loot, but that's alright. Now I can rest by the embering. And I will loot the other guy that I killed by myself. You see? Like, even to... I am higher level than them. I'm level 8, etc, etc. I can get in trouble if I have 3 of them on me alone. Maybe if I wanted to use my potion and blah 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 blah, I could have handled the situation. But I didn't really want to do the hard way. So I did the easy way. Guards! Guards! That one had the thief's blade? Shame. Well, you sure? Like, what do you mean that I have missed some nice loot? That's what you mean? All I saw was two annoying thieves that were going to heal themselves because they were supporter. Are you kidding? Oh my god. Yeah, I was like, what? What? Did I miss something? But it's okay, I'm not really after loots. And anyway, I got all the equipment that I need. So, it's alright. I don't need anything. I got all the stuff. It got crafted for me. That being said, I should go to the north, on the other side of the wall, so I can start to gather some region for my character. So instead of farming a crafting ingredient on this side, I am going to drop stuff in my banks and then go on the other side of the wall. And I think it will be more interesting. I really want to do some ground torch because I only have 3 of them. And I want to do some arrows as well. Hello Venom, hi, good morning to you. Welcome to the weekly Embers Adrift show. You guys have the right to ask me any question that you want, or to ask me to do something specific in-game if you want to. Elloa, can you show us this or that? I am forced to respond to it. That's the rule. It's the rule of the show. If you tell me, Elloa, show me the list of emotes, I have to show you the list of emotes. And you guys, in the case you didn't know, Drindin is the executive producer of Embers Adrift and the lore master Drindin. You can see him in several videos that are on our YouTube channel. And I'm speaking about the Embers Adrift YouTube channel, not mine. And he's here, so if you have more specific question, he can answer you as well, in case I don't know all the answer, because I don't know everything. I know a lot, but not everything. Like, for example, Drindin, good question for you. How long last the World Breaker events? Is it the whole weekend, or is it only the Saturday? For the people that are not beta tester, for the people that just join, just sign up, of course. Because I say it was the whole weekend, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm lying. Be careful about what you promise. Well, well, well. Alright, I'm going to make some bones. What I need mostly is wood, actually. So I don't really need more bones at the moment. Because I don't have a lot of wood. I hope on North New Haven I will find a lot of wood. Yay! I'm level 18 hunting. Awesome. Alright, so here I have some wood. I'm going to just do that. I need to do some wooden shaft. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Plant oil or clothing? I think I need to do more plant oil. So Drindin is saying it starts at 10 AM CDT Saturday, which is 5 PM Central Europe time. You will have to try to log in on Sunday and see if your key is expired. Ah, you're not really sure yourself. All right. Okay. Let's hope then. But we want everyone in at the time of logging. Okay. So maybe don't log off. Don't log off. Don't log off during the weekend. Stay in, guys. This is my suggestion to you. Alright. Your only guarantee is 10 Saturday. Right, so no PP break, no nothing. You stay in all the time. Unless it's a world breaker event, it might be difficult because who knows, maybe there will be some lag. Archer saying start nights may be difficult if I've been playing all night from the Friday. Yeah, but you are a beta tester, so you don't care. Because you will always have access to it. Oh, the server won't be open on Fridays. Oh my god. That I didn't know, actually. That's a kind of little information that I was not aware of. It's quite interesting. Alright. Do we really want to have the maximum concentration of people in one place? All right. So there we go. Start to have a lot of this. That's nice. So that I'm keeping for now. But I need the woods. I need the wood so I can do some wooden shaft. No. You know what? We need to hunt wood. We need to hunt bones. So I can do 45 stack of arrows at least, and that will be done with my other character. So here I'm going to deposit some silver. We need to reach 50 silver so I can purchase more New Haven space. So it's a little bit yeah. And that's also for that character. And that's also. North New Haven. But if you're a beta tester, could not be in the starter area by the first camp tower, that would be great. But just in the other part of Source New Haven. No, Smartbone. I've seen my family pretty regularly. No, it's nothing extraordinary. It's just a family dinner. Nothing special, except that it's nice, but it's normal nice. Not special nice. Alright, so here we do have those torch bug. Sorry, I mean those ember flies. Bad habit from Elder Scrolls Online. Those beautiful ember flies, they are only there at night, they are really cool, and they drop a region that I need, which is the weak numbling agent, but maybe the high level form. So I'm going to check that out immediately. So let's try that out. But after, what we need... Well, let's kill this raccoon, because why not? What we need is to find woods and other materials so I can craft interesting things like ground torch. We had the discussion today about the ground torch, the interests, and the reason why it's a very bad idea to have ground torch that lasts 30 minutes. It's very, very, very bad idea. So, Drindin, can you tell me if everyone need to be in South New Haven specifically, right? Not in North New Haven or Middleland or anything like that, right? because I wanted to have an inspiration to do a community event. And now you give me an idea. We are going to do a private party for the super cool kids beta tester at the secret pool. And then the goal for the non-secrets, the non-beta tester will be to find us. And they will need to find us around the secrets, you know? You know the secret pool? You see what I mean, Alice? So we will have a cool kid party where you're not invited unless you find us. I think that will be fun. There we go. Hunter Glade, that's what you call it. Oh, that could be its official name. But I think it might be even something else. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. I'm going to take a screenshot. That's very nice. So yeah, Alice, earlier, I think you were AFK when I was asking. You are playing a Berserker yourself, usually, right? Because that's what I'm playing here. I'm playing a Berserker, and reason is that I wanted to be a warden, but I was in a group with Kirus, and Kirus was a warden already, so I thought, okay, I'm not going to be a warden, but I need to try something else than a brigand, so I will be a Berserker. I said, fine. And I was not really interested by that class, but it's super fun. You flop between warden and Berserker, alright. Brigand is best. I love Brigand. But I find Berserker to be pretty fun. I'm pretty surprised about it. I'm probably very bad. But I love this assault where you don't have a cooldown. And you can just burst down some mobs. But no, it's already off. But when you do it, it can be nice when you have several mobs on a group. And you're just finishing them, like super fast, so you get rid of one faster. And I think that the Berserker can have a sort of usefulness to the group as well. It's not the same than you will have the Brigand, which stun and disable a mob, but it's kind of nice to finish off. I need one more character slot so I can have both and a tank and a healer. Yeah, maybe that could be a reward, I don't know. Or, you know, I've been thinking about that because we want more character slots. Maybe, and I don't know if it's something that could be possible, but maybe it's a discussion that we can have. To have a more expensive subscription, to have more character slots. So you have the cheap subscription and you only have 3 or maybe even 1, and then you have and so you subscribe per month more expensively to have more characters. So I think that will be fair, and I will totally pay for that. Yeah, or maybe you have to purchase it. One or the two. And I think for a game like ours, the best will be, I'm not saying from the customer point of view, because for the customer point of view, it's always better when everything is free. But for the business point of view, to have a cheap subscription with just 1 character slot or 2 character slot, and then you have an expensive one. You could have different tier of subscription for the people that want that many character, and I think that could work, and it will be fair, and it will be a much better way of selling extra things without cosmetics and stuff like that, you see. and or the cash shop or something like this. But then I don't know if it's, you know, I'm not a businesswoman, so I don't know if it's something variable or if legally it's good or complicated, etc., etc. But if I could choose it without restriction, that's what I will do myself. You will have a relatively cheap subscription for 1 character slot, then a more expensive for 3, and then a more expensive for 6. Stupid little pygmy emberfly that heal yourself. Could do that for the shared bank too, and that's a little bit on the edge of being pay to win, don't you think? Like the inventory space I don't like when there you have to pay real life money for it. In general it pisses me off. It's like Star Wars The Old Republic and you can only hide your helmet if you're a subscriber. That really annoys me. I feel insulted. It's just, okay, this emberfly is either bugged or I'm very bad. So let's go away. I mean, business-wise, from a customer point of view, the game I've spent the most money on subscription-wise is ESO, for the singular reason of storage space. Yeah, I know, but the thing, and I know a lot of people are discussing about that, related to the craft back of Elder Scrolls Online, but at first, there was no craft bag for no one. It's a feature they have added after, because the subscribers were complaining that they didn't have any incentive to subscribe. And I try to remind that to people, because a lot of people are saying, this is pay to win, this is pay to win. But before, there were no craft bag for no one. Not even for subscriber. I really love, okay, trying to take a nice screenshot here, because I love the color of the wall with the fire. There's those boxes. Those boxes ruining my screenshot. It's too late now, it's not the same light. Alright. Depend on whether the base amount of storage is artificially made slow to force you to buy more. Yeah, but here it's... I don't know. I don't know. Here we start with 0, so... Yeah, I'm not... I like the character slot, not so much the inventory slots. It can be a very nice incentive. That's true. But I think it's... I feel a little bit dirty. I personally really don't like it. So I could not do that, as I am not liking it when it happened in other game. Celestial, hi! How are you doing? So guys, now it's the morning. So I would like to have the opinion of anyone which is not regularly playing Embers Adrift. Do you want to see anything special right now? Do you want to see some of the landscape? Do you want me to fly around the zone to show you the beautiful area? Or I don't know. Or is it me talking to you, hanging around and hunting elk fine? Oh, look at that. That's all the people that are not logging off during the Wednesday and... there we go. We have a stag. Awesome. So if you don't want to be kicked out of the game, that's a little trick. You don't log off. Then you can stay in the game. Even when the server are off. Until you're being manually kicked out by the devs, of course. That can always happen. It's not 100% certainty. No, you're right. It's not the elk, it's the stag. It's me, which doesn't really know the difference between a stag and an elk. Like, vocabulary speaking. What's the difference between a stag and an elk? Hey, come on! I don't want to use my potion. I will have to use my potion. Damn it! Mostly size and geographical location. Okay, thank you. Well, I have to give up. I'm going to give up. I'm not going to make this guy arrest me. I'm just waiting and seeing if he's going to arrest me. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. He's crying. Oh. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh. Oh. Oh, but look, he's strong. He's very strong. It's fine, guys. He's getting it. Look, I'm saved. Hello, Riku. Hi. It's a yellow. Yeah, I know. Like, but look at Twin. Twin is saving me. Thank you so much. I'm going to do a bow. Oh, no, wait a second. I need to wake up. I'm still a little bit dizzy. There you go. I can do a bow. Oh, I've never really paid attention to the bow. How is the bow? The bow is very discreet. It's a little Asian bow. It's not a courtesy. Thank you so much. It's really nice because he wasted a smelling salt to do that. It would be so weird to just walk past your body. That's true, but at the same time it was far. And it was not close by. And it's still, you know... Well, I should maybe drink a potion. And do that too. There we go. So you say, whoops, almost faded striked. Would it back onto you? And I say, haha, it's okay, I did the same and send it back to you. Yeah, brigand for the win, I agree. Alright. Trying Berserker 2. And it's fun. There we go. Well, I'm going to the embering now. There we go, I'm going to the embering. Yeah, the thing is that I'm a little bit too low level for this, to be fair. Because I'm barely 9, so I think I need to really stick by the wall when you're 9. The problem is that you don't have a lot of stag. And I wanted stag. There's a stag too. I'm going to rest. It's a white one, so that's my level. It's a buck. It's not even a stag, it's a buck. What's the difference between a buck and a stag? Yeah, that's true. But Guild Wars 2 is a very different game than this one. Here, it's more hardcore-ish, while Guild Wars 2 is... it's very different. It's not at all the same type of game. But I remember when Guild Wars 2 released, it was the first time. It was such a breeze in comparison to the World of Warcraft community at that time. It was, oh my god. Because it was the first game where you will have everyone was participating to kill a mob, everyone will receive loot and experience. And it was very nice because you didn't have this fight of I'm tagging very fast my mob than you had in World of Warcraft. But Guild Wars 2 is a very different atmosphere and a very different type of game. So the stuff they have in their game will not fit this one. Because Guild Wars 2 you're playing with other people and it makes the community very nice, but at the same time you don't really need to rely on specific people. So it's not the same type of socialization. Okay, thank you, Effin Archer. That's nice. Thank you for the explanation. Because I didn't know that. You know, I'm improving my English. Yeah. Yep. Can understand that. And here it will be the same. But while we are having a vertical progression, while it's semi-vertical, semi-horizontal, there will be a sort of horizontality to it. But it's still not the same thing than ESO or Guild Wars 2 in that regard. Hello Perseus Olsenius, hi, good day. Are there dungeons in this game? Yes, there are dungeons in this game, but not in the same way you understand them from World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy or Elder Scrolls Online. Here the dungeons are vast, underworld, labyrinthic. It's open and public, meaning you can meet another group. It's not instantiated, and it's not you have some trash and then you have a boss. You have some trash and then you have a boss. It is more like overworld content, but more concentrated in danger. And so you have open dungeon on the open world, which are a little bit more open, but it's also like elite zone in World of Warcraft Classic. You see like Jintalor in World of Warcraft Classic. That's the kind of open dungeon we have above world or on the ground. And then underworld, you have the kind of same things like catacombs or something like that. So it is not the way you understand dungeon in other modern MMORPG. And thank you very much, Twin Cannon, for the follow. Welcome. Are you Twin in the game that res me? Ah, here there's all the stacks that I need. All right. Let's see if I can... No, it's still bucks. And that one is a 2 Chevron. Okay, we're not getting that one. Let's get this one then. Hopefully I will have my regent. Still have not found any regent that I want. Nice. Thank you so much for the help. Everyone saw your good deeds. Yeah, And I was not expecting it, so thank you. So if you have some question, guys, do not hesitate to ask. I will be very happy to answer everything. So every Friday I'm doing this show. It started at 4 p.m. Central Europe time. So that was 2 hours ago. And I started up with a discussion about the patch note, the news, certain topics. Today we have been speaking about the Grand Torch, consumable, and another thread, a suggestion from a beta tester that was very interesting. And of course the latest news. And then there's some gameplay. And right now I'm just, you know, trying to farm region on bugs. And I don't find anything. Oh, come on. No, not the beer in my face. Seriously, I'm nicely hunting bugs and then there we go. No, 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 no. I disagree with that. I will need to go to the guard again. So how can I do to have the guard kill the bear but not the bug? So I'm not sure I can do that feat. It would be nice if I could, but I'm going to be in trouble anyway. The beer is not there. Okay, fine. No, 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 no. Shit, the beer is still on me. Never mind. I need to go to the guard. Guards! Kill the beer. No, guard, don't kill the bug. Ah, the guard is going to kill the bug anyway. I've lost. Alright, I'm just alive. I've wasted the potion for nothing. Alright. No, don't. That's stupid, Elloa. I'm going to burn now. I didn't die. So, Perseus Olsinius, I understand there isn't any type of magic in the game. Is that correct? There's no magic in Embers Adrift. Only science. So there is something that will be the equivalent of magic. That being said, it's much low fantasy. So it's not as flashy and as fancy as pure magic in high fantasy game. So it's more humble, so to speak, more difficult to attain it, but it's not absent. It's just not called magic because we want it to be different and we want our world to be more realistic. But as you can see here, we already have this magical fire. Well, it's not magical. It's an embering. Ember is a mysterious substance, but it's natural. However, players and the NPCs in the story are learning to use the ember and the power of the ember. But they do that through alchemy. So it is much more about experimenting things, etc. And it's not super flashy, like you casting your fireball and you become a wizard. But there is a kind of magical, mysterious aspect of the game. It's just not called magic. So we say there is no magic, but at the same time there is something similar to magic, just more humble and more... You know, you're not going to cast thunder spell and fireball and causing earthquakes, but there will be some things that sounds a bit supernatural. You will just have to learn to tackle that power and find a way to utilize it. I hope that answers your question. Mercury, you always hunt deer or things like that, so I wonder if they are zombie or undead. No. No, zombie and undead, no, because that doesn't exist. There's no undead and skeleton and that kind of... That doesn't exist in this world. For the same reason that magic doesn't exist. It's more realistic. But, well, this beer is looking normal. It look normal. I don't know. It's not a fancy beer, but I'm going to show you another creature. You will see that other creature is a little bit bizarre. Oh, nice! Nice, how are you calling game or on Discord? Are you on our Discord? Because it's like the first time I'm discovering you, so may you be very welcome in the community. And for anyone, yeah, hello. Anyone, oops, a trade, thank you. Oh, nice. Cheers. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's super nice. Oh, that's really sweet. What are you? A brigand? I actually do have brigand stuff in my stash. Thank you so much, Sir Gold, by the way. Did I say thank you and goodbye to you? I'm so distracted sometimes. In any case, it was nice to have you here. Hello, Sit Knight. Hi, how are you doing? Good day to you. So now I can place in my useful hormone +4 and +3. Okay, so that will be what you find on the buck, and that's what you will find on the stag, I guess. All right. Okay, good. Let's kill this raccoon. You see this raccoon? Okay. This raccoon is a little bit bizarre, don't you think? Like, it has a little weird shape. It's not like a normal raccoon. What's going on with this raccoon? So that's the question, the answer to your question, Mercury. So we do not have undead and skeleton and necromantic creatures because there's no necromancy in our game. However, we do have some twisted creatures, and that are the creatures you're seeing. The raccoon is one of the example, but the stag and the elk are one another. They don't really look like normal stag. Or we have the rabbits as well. We don't have any in this zone. But the problem is also I've been, because of the wipes and because I'm a slow player, I'm hanging out a lot in the same zone. And I'm sorry for that. I need to be faster. It's not my fault if there's wipe all the time, okay? Alright, I didn't decide about that. So that's the bug. You can see that it's also a little bit bizarre. I mean, it's not a normal bug. It's like there's grass on him. And the vine. What happened with this bug? Oh, it's empty. Come on. Come on, game. But as we explore and as we venture further, the creatures are going to be more and more dangerous. Here we are relatively close to the city of New Haven, where the people, the ranger, are patrolling often and really trying to keep at bay the danger. So it's kinda... I will not say that North New Haven is completely tamed as area, because that's not true. That's more South New Haven. South New Haven is tamed. It's an area which is safe. That's why you have farmland, etc. And North New Haven is an area that used to be tamed because the population of New Haven has pushed away the danger, but it's coming back. Unfortunately, because the population of New Haven has been dwindling, with the year. And the civilization they were trying to establish is a weakening. Not awakening, but weakening. And then that's where you enter in place. You, the adventurer, you, the player. Will you help New Heaven to establish themselves again and to flourish once more? Maybe for the first time. Will you help to conquer other lands, or will you decide to follow more the circular approach and live in harmony? Will you explore the North and discover the power of the Ember? Will you try to dominate the land and extract all of its resource to become rich and famous? Or will you be a more mindful person, trying to build up defenses and ensure that the population can strive? Woohoo! Yes, I will be their savior. Nice, nice. Hello, come from afar. Welcome back. You want to be rich and mindful at the same times? Alright, that's a very good idea. Maybe it's possible. We will see about that. We are speaking about the game here right now. I know because I come from afar, has joined the stream several times when we were just chatting. So here we're speaking about the lore of the game. The game that we're playing right now is Embers Adrift. It's an indie MMORPG I'm working on. And I'm working as community manager, and I'm showing it off every Friday and every weekend because we do have this test session for this game happening at this time. All right. I was hoping to find some more wood. I think I'm just going to craft a little bit. I'm going to the crafting stage. Oh, nice. Wood here. Perfect. And then I will swap character to craft some arrows. I'm really curious about the quality of the arrows this time around. If we can do some nice arrows or not. Because I am taking weaponsmiths only to do arrows. I don't really want to craft the weapon themselves. Wait. We have a young buck. So we want to kill this young buck first. Oh, thank you so much, Sit Knight. Thank you. Hello, this game is not related to Rift, is it? Not at all. Not at all. It's Embers Adrift. So even if there's the word rift in it, it has nothing to do with rifts. And it's not at all the same company. This game is created by Stormhaven Studio, which is a small studio of 11 developers. While Rift is created by Trion Game. Is that the studio names? I think that's it. And the principle of the game itself is not really the same either, because Rift is more, or was actually when I played it, I only played it at release to be fair, it was more very heavily inspired from World of Warcraft, right? It was even claimed as it, and it has exactly the same interface and everything. And this is a game which is inspired from the roots of the genre. Tabletop, D&D, campaign with a friend, or the first generation of MMORPG like EverQuest, Vanguard, Star Wars Galaxy. No, we have a beer in our face. We need to run. It's much more challenging. It's a group-based game, so you can solo. As you clearly see, I can solo, but I have to run away from mobs all the time because they're too strong. I only have the beer now. Yeah, I can kill the beer. I cannot tackle 2 mobs at the same time. I will die from it. But 1 is okay, especially if it's a green one. 1 chevron, that means it's for a solo player. and green in mean it's a little bit lower than me, so I should have not too much problem handling this mob. However, if I had the second one with a beard, it's very difficult because the beard is dazing you, so you cannot really protect yourself the same way, etc. Yes, absolutely, it's not at all wish it or anything like that, to be fair. When we created the logo, or when our artist created the logo, it didn't try to copy Rifts. It just, you know, the kind of curve. It's not the same font either, but you can see that the inspiration, which is just to have a curve, it's just naturally going with the main letter. So it's very irritating when someone is telling, oh, you have copied this from another game. So you can bet that when it happens, it's usually not done intently. Especially not the logo. Is it turn-based? It's not turn-based, but it's the combat is slow and strategic. So here I'm playing solo, and I'm relatively low level. No, I'm clearly low level. I'm only level 9. So it will feel to you that it's not playing the game. Oh my god, this is very slow. Look at this long global cooldown. But the game is aimed to be very strategic, especially once you play in group. And it has a kind of excitement that I can difficultly share with you like that. It's take too long to hit and fight when you're alone a little bit. But when you're in a group, it works really well, because every role, every class is balanced to cooperate well together. So you will have one person which is tanking, one person which is healing, I would say like in every area of the game. But you will have control, you will have positional bonuses as well. So you need to place yourself nicely. I'm going to show you that with a mob here, because that's not something you see in many games. So I'm going to take a target somewhere. If I find a target, whatever, we don't need to fight it, we just need to target it. So let me find... No, of course there is no target, and I find plenty of wood that I want to gather. Alright, plenty of wood now. Look at all this wood. I was looking for wood for ages earlier, now all the wood is here. Alright, let's find a target. Ah, here we have a spider. We're not going to close the spider because they are very nasty. Very, very nasty. But here, you can see the spider, and here you will see the position. So that's my position related to the spider. I'm on the side. Like here, I'm facing the spider. Yeah, I'm facing the spider. The spider saw me. Awesome. But there's only one, so it's okay. I can do it. It's okay. I can do it. I'm facing the spider. All right. Oh, no. She's going to call her friend. Let's go further. No, she's not calling her friend. All right. So we have one spider. She stuck me into place. I'm facing it. So my role... Here, I'm taking my codex. I am a striker. So, if I'm on the side, I have -3 thread. If I'm on the back, I have -5 thread. My weapons that I have equipped here, it show if I am on the back, I give +5 damage. If I am on the side, I have +15 hit. So now I'm facing, so I don't have any bonus of any sort because I am facing my targets. So meaning that you will have to be attentive to your positioning with your group, and you will want to work that through. Enjoy your time, Smartbone. You take care of yourself. Have a very nice weekend. A lot of courage for your work. Tinsy Hamsi, I love spider. They are so unpredictable. Yes, those one are really nasty. We have different kind of spiders, and they are running after you. They are horrible creatures. So this is to show you that you have a lot of strategic and tactical aspects to the combat in the game, which is really shining once you play in group. Because you will want to do things well and position yourself, etc. I'm in the wrong corner. Okay, let's go here. You should add like boots so you can move fast. Actually, we do have that. I don't have the runner set. No, I don't think. No, I have only crafted item. But you do have a runner set that give you combat movement or movement. The combat movement is the nicest, of course. It's really cool. But we do exactly have that. Alright, I have all the wood. Choose an item. Let's go. Let's craft all that wood. I want to... Oh no, I don't have inventory slot. Alright, fine. I'm going to sell my crap first. There we go. Selling, selling, selling. Selling, selling. And selling this as well. This is good. And... Yay! Hey, twin! Oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I do have something for you. You don't want to stay? Oh no, he's gone. Thank you. Otherwise, I have some stuff for Brigand too. I can give you guys. I have something for tank. I have some... I'm gathering those regions as well. Wait a second. Oh, the server restarting. Alright. Yep, that's why. Okay. Well, I got the trade just in time. That is good. Oh, it's all good. Look at this. I already have... You see, guys? I really do appreciate the help and such. But if you help me, what goals do I have in the game? Like here it's fine because it's the test and everything, etc. But once we are live, I'm not going to do like Asmongold. No criticism to Asmongold, and accept that the stream is boosting me. You see what I mean? I will do the things myself. I don't really know, actually. I will have to check it out because it's the first time I'm playing Berserker, so I don't really know. Wait a second. Well, I think that I will end the show here. Is there a date for the go live yet? No, there's no date. It's just the second quarter of the year. And we are estimating maybe... I don't know, between June and December. Let's be very vague. Between June and December we are going to release. But when? I don't know. So guys, thank you so much for watching the show. Remember that this show happens every Friday on Twitch TV on my personal channel at 4 p.m. Central Europe time, which is 9 a.m. CDD. Yeah, I remember Austin time, 9 a.m. Austin time. We start the show with 1 hour of discussion, then 1 hour of focused gameplay. Thank you so much to have watched this video. You take care of yourself and I will see you next time. Bye!